She wasn't born royal. She didn't marry into the spotlight with fanfare or future queen expectations. But today, Sophie, Duchess of Edinburgh, finds herself in a position that few anticipated. At the heart of a monarch's trust, rising quietly through the ranks of royal responsibility and perhaps, without intending it, stepping into the path once held by another woman who commands global affection, Catherine, Princess of Wales. Before we dive in, there's something I need to share with you. Over the past few days, thousands have watched these stories unfold, but most haven't subscribed. If you're one of them, I invite you now to join us. Subscribe to Crownverse so you never miss the next chapter in this unfolding royal history. The image of a modern monarchy is always a carefully curated one. From balcony appearances to engagements abroad, the public face of the British royal family is more than tradition, it is choreography. And recently, the choreography has changed. While the Princess of Wales continues her private recovery following her recent cancer diagnosis, it is Sophie who has stepped into spaces once occupied by Kate. Not ceremonially, not hypothetically, but physically, representing the crown at key national and international events. The upcoming commemoration of the 80th anniversary of VJ Day, Victory over Japan, stands as the latest and most visible example. While many assumed Prince William and Princess Kate would anchor the remembrance, it is Sophie who has been prioritized for this solemn occasion, by decision of King Charles himself. According to verified reports, William and Kate are not scheduled to attend. That decision alone may not raise eyebrows, but when viewed against the broader arc of royal appearances this year, a pattern emerges. Sophie is becoming indispensable. Since being named Duchess of Edinburgh, her calendar has filled. Humanitarian causes, conflict-related awareness, international diplomacy. Her engagements are no longer quiet or peripheral. When she visited Ukraine earlier this year, she did so as the first British royal to set foot there since the war began. A symbolic gesture, yes, but also a strategic one. She wasn't sent by convenience. She was sent by confidence. And yet, in the background of this elevation, quiet murmurings persist. Unconfirmed reports suggest that Sophie's growing presence may not be universally welcomed behind palace walls. Media outlets have speculated that the Princess of Wales, whose global popularity and poised presence have made her the public face of modern royalty, may feel sidelined. One headline claimed she was fuming, though it's important to underscore no such emotions have been expressed publicly, nor verified through official sources. Still, in a monarchy where silence is a language of its own, even small shifts in visibility can invite interpretation. Sophie's trajectory has always been different. She married Prince Edward in 1999. A full 8 years before Kate Middleton's first public appearance beside Prince William. At the time, Sophie was framed as the new hope of royal modernization, a career woman, a communicator, a woman shaped by the professional world rather than the palace corridors. But over the years, Sophie receded. She raised her children largely outside the royal spotlight and quietly carved herself a niche behind the scenes, supporting causes related to sight loss, gender-based violence, and youth. Her strength was subtle, and as the spotlight grew elsewhere, on the young Cambridges, then the Sussexes, Sophie remained steady, consistent, and available. Now, that consistency is being rewarded. Her recent elevation to Duchess of Edinburgh, a title long held by Queen Elizabeth II before her marriage, was not just symbolic, it marked an unmistakable signal from the king. Sophie, it said, is no longer a supporting act. She is central to the monarchy's future as it navigates a period of health uncertainty, generational transition, and political scrutiny. Observers have noted that King Charles's choices reflect not just loyalty, but pragmatism. In a moment when the number of working royals is shrinking, owing to Prince Andrew's permanent withdrawal, Harry and Meghan's departure, and the ongoing medical leaves of both Kate and the King himself, Sophie offers something increasingly rare: discretion and reliability. And yet, optics matter. The Princess of Wales, during her most active years, carried much of the royal family's modern image. Her presence was not only polished, it was relatable. Her photographs, fashion, and family life attracted global attention, often softening the monarchy's more rigid institutional image. Now, as she recuperates and steps back from the public gaze, others are stepping forward. Does that shift create tension? The palace has not said so, and to be clear, there is no public evidence of friction between the duchesses. In fact, past appearances have shown camaraderie, mutual respect, and shared causes between Kate and Sophie. But history tells us that within the House of Windsor, dynamics can be delicate, even unspoken ones. Royal watchers have long chronicled the interplay between generations, from Queen Elizabeth and Princess Margaret to Diana and Fergie, to Kate and Meghan. Comparisons are inevitable, even when not invited. The media, often seeking narrative arcs, frames these relationships through conflict, but the truth may be more complex. Sophie's rise may not be an act of ambition. It may simply be necessity. And yet the symbolism of the moment, her at the forefront of royal remembrance while the Princess of Wales remains unseen, raises unavoidable questions about continuity, loyalty, and presence. One thing remains clear: Sophie is no longer the quiet royal. As she continues to take on engagements that shape the monarchy's image abroad, and as King Charles leans further into her capabilities, her visibility becomes not just relevant, but representative. She is now, in many ways, the monarchy's bridge between duty and transition. Whether that visibility remains temporary or evolves into something more permanent will depend on many factors: Kate's recovery, William's long-term plans, and the King's strategic vision for the next generation of Windsors. But for now, in a moment of institutional uncertainty, Sophie stands in the light. A light not won through media charm or romantic fairy tale, but through years of steady service, and now a crown's unmistakable trust. If you followed Crownverse this far, we want to hear from you. Do you see Sophie's rise as a quiet evolution or something more disruptive within the royal balance? Leave your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this journey into the hidden world of the Crown, don't forget to like, subscribe, and join us here on Crownverse, where royal history lives on.